It's the final day of Miami Olympic Classes Regatta 2014, and we've got 3 theater-style races coming up. This is the first of 3 for the 49er class. I'm Ben Rhodes, and speaking to you with Trevor Perrick.
Good morning.
And we're going to be bringing you all the action today. We've got a really tight battle with Stevie Morrison tied with Julien Dortoli on 51 points, and then just 3 points back, we've got Jonas Warrer tied with Brad Funk, the local favorite from the USA.
Team USA.
So we're just coming up on the 1 minute to go here, and you can see most teams are lining up for a normal starboard start.
Yep. There are no port tack starts at this point, unless
Stevie Morrison, our leader, is heading out to look at the
it.
port tack option here. Everyone else on starboard. This is John Pink off the pin end, and looking to win the boat is Lauri Lehtinen from Finland. Just below him are the Lubeck brothers. They're in 6th place overall.
Got about 45 seconds here, Ben, and it's definitely for sure Stevie will be doing a port tack start. I like that option. He'll be clean air, and he'll be coming back on starboard at the boats about a minute into the race, so he'll have rights, and that'll be a good position.
Time, Trevor?
Got about 30 seconds here, Ben.
Here's the scoreboard, just for everyone at home to pause your screens.
About 15 seconds here. We're under 10 now. About 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a start.
Looks all clear to me. Nothing from the committee boat. We've got Mattheiu Frei and Yann Rocherieux, France 14, took the best start it looks like. Coming off the pin, John Pink will be good too.
I'm really curious about Stevie there. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, Stevie's gone out to the far side, so he'll have clean air the whole rest of the way. And Jonas Warrer tied for 3rd place overall. He's probably got the worst start of the bunch, along with James Peters and Ed Fitzgerald, GBR 999.
Looks like Kenji and Yukio got squeezed out there, and they had to tack early.
It's a Japanese team. They're in 10th overall. Here comes John Pink with new crew, Stuart Bithell. They're going to tack, and they're not going to cross, so they'll be doing some ducking here.
There we go. Now here's the question: do they have room to tack here? No, yeah, they're obliged to keep clear of France 8. They did not have room to tack because they were not overlapped.
Tied leaders, Julien Dortoli, he's going to have to take some transoms too. Here's our Brad Funk.
Brad Funk, the local boy, top moth sailor and laser guy. He's
really
still
pushing that boundary.
A simo tack from the Danish and the French there.
Crossing, Jonas Warrer. Protest hailed.
I believe Den 28 was in the right.
Protest hailed, green flag.
Green flag, that's correct, yeah.
So Jonas Warrer made that cross, and now on the far side there we've got Stevie Morrison. Let's get up to the gain line. Stevie Morrison looks, well, it's going to be really tight with the French on that cross. The French look to me like they're going to go for it, though.
That's a risky move in this type of racing, Ben.
And we'll see if there's a protest hailed.
He altered course. There was an alteration there.
Yeah,
there may have been contact in the tillers.
Tiller, I'd say. Here's our joint leader, Stevie Morrison.
It's a green
flag.
flag. They're not pushing the boundary here. The conservative.
Beautiful tack there from this new crew. Stevie Morrison was cut from the British team recently. He and longtime crew member Ben Rhodes had a tough go with some of the injuries. But
do you think he'll return the favor here, Ben? He's going to go across on port.
Yeah, he's got it clear, though.
I think pressure is left on this race course, by the way.
Interesting, the Japanese under tack there. They might think the right's favored as well. Far side. We're about 2/3 of the way up the beat here.
The French here, 14, are going to come into a really nice puff in about 5 seconds.
John Pink's just got the cross, and it looks to me like Lauri Lehtinen on the far side is also going to be ahead. Brad Funk hasn't done so well from his foray to the left side of the course, so that's a couple in a row passing on the far side.
He was the 3rd. John Pink has a lot to gain here if he can convert this positioning into a...
Let's see, final cross here before, Lauri will have an extra tack to do. He's under tacking.
There's a tack.
And so it looks to me like it's going to be the French who might take this lead. They've got one tack to do ahead of Stevie, and we've already seen John Pink cross him. Oh, but Stevie's across Pink. And the French have moved into the lead. That's Yann, Mattheiu, Frei, and Yann Rocherieux tacking on the ley line. Oh, a little bit of struggle there for Mattheiu.
Wow, this is tight.
And you can see the whole fleet tightly bunched.
That was a 3-minute upwind, Ben.
Okay, perfect. Seiko Velatura kite, as we'd come to expect. Low set from Stevie. Green flag from the umpire, so another incident, green flagged. Oh, a little bit of light on from the leaders. They're going to be in tough. Oh, but they just got
and there will be some
now.
rule situations here at the boundary, but there's no room to jibe, Ben. It's purely an obstruction. Got a simo jibe from Stevie. Let's see if he can cover their wind.
The other thing is we've been seeing more pressure on the far side, and the Finns jibe set. So we'll see if that holds true. Pretty solid so far. Looks to me like the French are going to keep their lead, but Pinky on the far side there might have crossed ahead of Stevie Morrison. Farther back in the pack, we've got a tight battle on the far side. And then much closer, we see Jonas Warrer struggling right now. So he's him and Brad Funk of the top four.
Leave the series open, Ben.
There's the leaders across, still in first. And then the leeward gates are coming up here pretty close.
Looks like the French held on to that lead.
Stevie Morrison jibed right on top of John Pink there in the fight for second place.
I don't think there's any love lost there.
No, these two have been battling each other for years as members of Team GBR. Clean rounding from the French. And then Pink and Morrison both slow into the leeward marks going opposite ways. Japanese have overlaid. They'll have quite a bit on here to get round, actually, won't they? They're heading actually below the leaders. They must have got held out by the people behind them.
Pull back a bit, please. Got to run up. I don't know where he is. Here's the French. Coming right to the boundary. I think they'll be clear ahead after the tack as well, so no worries them.
Beautiful tack.
But across the race course is John Pink on starboard tack. Let's see what comes out ahead, the left or the right here.
Here's Stevie Morrison coming in for his new crew, Chris Grube. Also a very good looking tack. Not quite the punch of the French. The French have had a history of doing very well in theater-style racing. They won the 2012 Europeans, coming back from 6th place, entering it, and that's the exact same position they're in today. Actually, no, they're in 7th. So
yeah, it appears to me that they're, they're ahead and they're able to extend because they're not getting mangled up with other boats.
Mind you, John Pink helped them there.
That's quite the battle there.
So he actually rounded a fair bit behind, and now John Pink's got them.
Advantage to Pink then right now. He's in a controlling position, Ben.
He sure is. Although they might be
gain.
pinching him off at some point, and eventually he'll have room to tack. So Pink going slow right now. That's not helping him.
I still think he's in a controlling position there.
And then we've got the Finns have held on to 4th place, but Stevie got across in 5th. Let's just concentrate here on these two. So I think Pink has tried to pinch up.
There's no overlap here.
He's tacked early. Oh, we got the Pelican coming along with the race for us. He's enjoying the action just like everyone else.
It's thick and rich, Ben. It's thick and rich.
You can see how close this is. There's perfect conditions for the 49er. These guys are pushing as hard as they can 100% of the time. Stevie Morrison is really going to try and stretch that far lane boundary and only have one more tack to do on this leg. Might be able to put, well, no, I don't think he'll catch Pinky, but he'll secure 3rd place. So we're actually looking at the regatta doing pretty well here. This will be the final downwind. How much time have we had for this race?
This is about 7 minutes now.
Okay, so race course is right on.
So it's not too bad.
John Pink goes into his tack.
What I'm somewhat disappointed about is the hometown boys, the Americans, Trevor Bird and Brad Funk, haven't had a great race. So they'll be losing 3rd position, I suspect.
Yeah, Jonas Warrer, we saw how deep he was on that first beat, and now he's just crossing the Americans right there. Good set from our leaders. Good set from Pink. In the battle for third, we've got Stevie Morrison. Oh, the Lubeck brothers have just tacked inside. Lowry appears to have fallen in the water, or maybe Calais has.
He's slow, that's for sure.
Something happened at that weather mark, and the Lubeck brothers were able to slip into fourth place.
So we still have a battle for the lead here. I'm not sure if Pinky has enough to take it back, to come back at the French here, but I know he's certainly going to try.
Pinky's looking to stretch this boundary as hard as he can. And then we've got quite a battle here as the 49ers have all decided to straight set this time. Coming at us.
There's a nice puff right here, Ben.
Are the Lubeck brothers. And just behind them is Lowry. Behind them, GBR 999 is James Peters. And then we've got Jonas.
Got a red flag. That's a red flag. I didn't see the incident.
Must be from the windward mark. The incident with Lowry. And the Lubeck brothers have gone straight into their 360. Let's see if they're able to.
That's classy sailing. That is sportsmanship at its finest. They'll be good to go in about 5 more seconds here.
That's a costly penalty, though. That's cost them at least 4 places, and it looks like the Americans are going to get through. Right at the back, though, Julien Dortoli, second place overall. He's 9th in this race. That's going to really cost him. And then if we look through to the finish line, we can see that it's held straight so far. The French, Pinky's right on the tail,
That is a
but
battle.
it's not going to be enough.
Looks to me like the French have it, though.
Yeah. That's the French through the line. Horn sounds. Third place. We're looking at Lowry and Calais. Fourth place, sorry. Stevie went through in third. Fifth place will be James Peters. And then we've got a little battle here for the final 5 spots where the points really do count. Julien, it's gotten a little lighter. Brad Funk could pick up a valuable couple points here. The end, but it looks like Jonas is going to get through. They're both tied right now on third and will remain very close in the scoring. Followed by the Lubeck brothers, who had to do that 360. Followed by Julien and Noé. They'll have a lot of work cut out for them. Followed by the Japanese. On to the next race.